Imagine your friendly neighbor, the one who always offers a helping hand and a warm smile. Now, imagine that same person leading a secret life as a cold-blooded killer. This is the chilling true story of Kim Sun-ja, South Korea's first female serial killer. Born in 1939, Kim Sun-ja was an average woman, a devoted wife, and a mother to 3 boys. She was well liked by her neighbors, who often invited her to join their social circles. However, nobody knew that she was living a double life. At home, she was a loving mother and a wife, but at the same time, she was going to fancy nightclubs while gambling her life savings away. As her debt started to pile up, unable to keep up with the spendings, she became desperate. She needed more money to pay off her debts and support a gambling addiction. This had changed her completely. October 1986, Kim Sun-ja invited a 49-year-old woman named Kim Ge-hwan to go to a sauna. While undressing in the changing room, Kim Ge-hwan suddenly experienced severe convulsions and difficulty breathing, then tragically passed away. Law officials started to investigate. One of Kim Ge-hwan's family members mentioned she had noticed some valuable items were missing. Being in the 80s, an incident occurring inside the dressing room, no cameras were available. And without any clear evidence, the cause of death was ruled as heart attack. Then on April 4th, 1987, another neighbor, a 50-year-old Chun Sun-ja, dies while riding the bus. Chun Sun-ja initially showed no external signs, thus she was thought to have died of a heart attack. However, an autopsy revealed that she had been poisoned with potassium cyanide. The investigation revealed that Kim Sun-ja owed the victim about 7 million won, approximately $8,500. In February 1988, Kim Sun-ja's debt was growing rapidly due to her gambling addiction. She approached another neighbor, a 46-year-old woman named Kim Yeo-in. Kim Sun-ja told Kim Yeo-in that she needed to collect some money from a friend and invited her to come along. Kim Yeo-in agreed to tag along, but when they arrived at the friend's house, no one was there. While waiting in front of the house, Kim Sun-ja brought a drink for Kim Yeo-in. After taking few sips from this drink, Kim Yeo-in started to throw up and felt unwell. They decided to return home and jumped into a taxi. While inside the taxi, Kim Sun-ja asks the taxi driver to stop by a convenience store to get a drink for her friend. As the taxi stops in front of the convenience store, Kim Sun-ja goes inside the store to purchase a drink. However, while Kim Yeo-in recollecting what could have made her feeling ill, she remembered the only drink she drank was from Kim Sun-ja. Then while Kim Sun-ja was in the store, Kim Yeo-in asked the taxi driver to leave, leaving Kim Sun-ja at the convenience store. After being left at the store, Kim Sun-ja decides to abandon her plan to kill Kim Yeo-in, not risking being caught. Soon after, Kim Sun-ja paid back the debt, 1.2 million won, approximately $2,400. A month after, Kim Sun-ja's father, Kim Jong-chun, who was at the time 73 years old, goes to a family member's birthday party with Kim Sun-ja. On the way back, her father dies inside the bus. But due to his old age at the time, the cause of death was ruled as old age heart attack. He was immediately cremated, which was requested by Kim Sun-ja. The detectives immediately suspected Kim Sun-ja as the murderer, and after her father's death, the detectives charged Kim Sun-ja with the murder. The case was dismissed. On April 29th of the same year, her sister Kim Moon-ja, a 43-year-old woman, also died in the same way as her father. With no autopsy being performed, the cause of death was once again ruled as heart attack. The investigation found that Kim Sun-ja owed her sister around 10 million won, approximately $12,000. About 3 months later, on August 8, 1988, Kim Sun-ja's stepsister promised to help Song Si-won buy a house and took her to a bar in Seoul. She brought $38,000 in cash and a checkbook, but after taking few sips from drink that Kim Sun-ja had handed her, the stepsister died immediately. Kim Sun-ja then took the cash and the checkbook out of her sister's purse and left the scene without any remorse. The detectives had their suspicion already, but without any evidence, they could only investigate her as a witness. However, seeing the psychopathic behavior, detectives decided to charge Kim Sun-ja with murder. On September 2, 1988, Kim Sun-ja was taken into custody. Once arrested, Kim Sun-ja resisted by shouting, "Better let me go, since you have no evidence." As a result, the prosecutor and detectives decided to exhume the corpse of previous victims. Since her father was cremated, autopsies were conducted on the other 4 victims. Some corpses had decayed, making it difficult to detect the presence of cyanide. After testing, 3 out of 4 corpses were confirmed positive for cyanide, prompting the issuance of a search warrant. During the search of Kim Sun-ja's residence, the majority of missing valuables belonging to the victims were recovered, although the actual cyanide could not be located. Female officers were deployed to conduct Kim Sun-ja's body search. When one of the female officers went to use the bathroom, she discovered a small hole behind the wooden beam. When the female officer put her hand into the hole, she found a rolled up newspaper. When she opened the newspaper, it was a small egg-sized cyanide. She then reported her finding to the detectives. It was later revealed that Kim Sun-ja obtained cyanide from a relative who worked for a pesticide company. The female officer had found a crucial piece of evidence. As more evidence was discovered throughout the house, Kim Sun-ja was formally charged and brought to justice. During the trial, Kim Sun-ja denied all her involvement in the crimes, but the cyanide found inside the house was the death blow. She was convicted of all charges and was sentenced to death. She appealed the court decision, but the appellate court upheld the death sentence. She was then transferred from Seoul Detention Center to Daejeon Correctional Facility, where the death penalty will be carried out. In prison, Kim Sun-ja continued to deny her involvement in the crimes, even meeting with Sunjong, a Buddhist monk who had been advocating for prison reform since 1960s. Sunjong, the Buddhist monk, requested to the Minister of Justice to reopen an investigation at the time, but the request was denied due to the overwhelming evidence. Then he requested pardoning Kim Sun-ja, but this was also denied due to Kim Sun-ja having no remorse for killing her own father and sister. Even as Kim Sun-ja faced execution by hanging, she never held responsibility for her crimes. When asked for her last words, Kim Sun-ja said, "I envy those who are wealthy, yet at the same time I resent them. If I were to be reborn, I would want to be born into a family where I can spend my money freely and die when I please. Only guilt I feel in my heart is because I was born poor." After the execution of Kim Sun-ja, in an interview with a newspaper reporter, Sunjong revealed a true frightening moment right before the execution. Kim Sun-ja voluntarily provided an answer to why she had killed her own family member, while her voice tone had changed. In a low, deep monotone, Kim Sun-ja said she had killed her father and sister because they kept mentioning about her spending habits. This was the story of Kim Sun-ja, a true psychopath who resented her life of being poor. A serial killer who had committed heinous crime to support her addiction. Thank you for watching.